On the build show today, ePay deck tips. I got John Seifert, Seifert Construction. John's been building on the coast like this his whole life. He's got some great deck tips for us. Let's get going. John, man, these decks on your houses are gorgeous. Now this one's still pretty chocolatey, but some of the other decks we saw already grayed out. How long does it take for this ePay to kind of gray out?
It takes about a year for it to gray out. And the nice thing about it is after it's grayed out, if you wanted to, you could power wash it. And actually that color will come right back.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But it'll basically not require a finish, stay gray forever.
Yes, and it holds up so great. And what's really good about this is it's such a hard wood. When people are dragging a barbecue across it, it's not going to gouge it and scrape it, or their patio furniture, you know, a teak chair or anything. It doesn't damage it at all. It really holds up great.
Now this doesn't seem like a standard ePay to me. Talk to me about this 4-inch board that we're using here.
Well, this is an eased edge 5/4 by 4 ePay deck.
So 5/4 meaning it's a full inch thick.
Full inch
not
thick.
Not a 3/4.
And then 3.5 inches on the face.
Okay.
Okay, 5/4 by 4. And we get it pre-grooved.
Okay. I like that.
That groove. And that groove is so we could do our blind nailing system.
Now, what is this system you're using? I've used the ebb tie system before. It looks like a biscuit. You're using these guys.
We
what
use
is
the
this?
ePay clips. Okay, and basically it's a stainless steel washer encased in a black plastic epoxy that was going to hide the silver part with a built-in spacer on the bottom.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
If you come on over here.
Okay, let's go take a look at how one goes down.
Okay, you can see right here.
This board hasn't been fastened yet.
This board hasn't been fastened, but the previous board has these ePay clips going into each joist. So it looks something like this. It would go just like that.
And then you got a screw in there, right?
Yep, we have a T15 stainless steel trim screw. So once this goes in, that screw goes on an angle just like that.
Almost like a hardwood floor, kind of.
Very, very similar, okay? Then this part of it accepts the next piece of decking.
Got it,
so as it comes through, I'll show you here like on a smaller board.
Yeah, just show me the small board.
You know, you bang it tight.
And then your gap's nice and even.
The gap's even.
The other thing I like about it is I've seen on 1x6 boards that ePay can cup on you. It's not perfectly stable.
Yeah, one of my biggest suggestions to clients is not to go with 5/4 by 6. Anytime we get bigger than 3.5, you know, the properties of the wood just absorbing moisture and cupping and curling and cracking.
Moving.
This is going to give you the best deck, and it holds up great, and it'll give these people many, many years.
I like it, man. I was at a job with Steve Basic, architect friend of mine, and those builders were using 5/4 by 6. They were face screwing it with a big, heavy, you know, number 10 head that you could see the screws, and they were beautiful and lined up. But this narrow board, no fastener showing whatsoever.
Not at all. You got to, you know, whenever we go to a 5-inch board, and sometimes I try talking the people out of it just because I know what's going to happen to it. You have no choice but to face screw it. That is the only way to do it. But what's really nice about this deck is it's low to the ground. We did the Versatech outside, and these people are coming off of their boat in no shoes. They're not going to worry about stubbing their toe on a screw or anything like that.
There's no splinters.
There's no splinters. There's no screws, and it's real wood.
I love it. A couple details I want to mention, John, that I think really separate you guys. I love this. Would that be considered a skirt board?
Yeah,
I love this skirt board in white. That's Versatech, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then on your other job, you're not done here, but on your other job, it looked to me like you were capping the end grain. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, we actually made a little sample of that right over here. I'll show you. We don't like to have the end board come right to the edge and not do anything to it, because what happens is when this happens, the end board will act as a wick, as you know, sucking in moisture, causing cracking to occur. So what we do is we cut it even with our undercarriage of the framing.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have 3/4 inch Versatech, and then we allow for it with a 3/4 inch overhang. And we make a board out of ePay, you know, of course without the groove, and that will come together like that, okay?
Look at that.
And then what happens is then we screw it through the face, and that will cap off everything, and we screw it into each board. So it protects that seal. We put some PL Premium actually on that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
PL Premium works.
And not so much for its holding properties, but more for its sealing properties.
Oh, to seal that end grain.
Seal that
off.
end grain to try to stop the wicking.
And I see you've got a couple of boards here that have a face screw.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you take care of that.
Well, right over here, every once in a while, you have to do a face screw, like on the first board.
Oh, there's a plug right there, isn't
and
it?
Here's a Ipe plug. What we do is a 3/8 hole. Then in our shop, we have a mill shop where we make plugs. And then we
Plug cutter and a drill press,
plug
probably?
cutter, drill press, and we glue them, sand them down. Can't even see
They
it.
disappear.
Nope.
Hey, one last tip before we go, guys. God, this is so awesome, John. You're a wealth of knowledge, my friend. I noticed earlier as we were walking these joists, your beam right here is not flush with the top of your joist.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Okay, that's really observant. And what happens is, of course, when the beams are going parallel with the home, the deck going perpendicular, you're going to have a girder every so often. Okay. We have a triple girder here. If this girder was even with the joist, this is going to shrink at a different rate than this shrinks. And what happens is you would actually see the Ipe decking humping or going down or one board. So right now what we do is the girders, which move the most, we drop them exactly a 1/2 inch. And if you look on the next girder, we put 1/2 inch pieces of ACQ plywood. We PL premium them, stainless steel, screw them down, and then you can span right over it, and the beam is still being carried by the girder that the engineer wanted.
That's really smart, man. John, super impressive. Thank you so much for the tips, brother.
It was great having you today, Matt. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Oh, you know what? One last thing before we close it out. Talk to me about stainless in coastal versus galvanized or hot dipped. What are you guys using now we're right on the coast here at Long Island. What are you guys using?
The only time we use hot dipped is when it's a hand nail, where it's the old fashioned where they actually dip. We don't use the electro-coated nails. Okay.
Got it.
And then what we use is stainless for everything else.
Okay, so all of your hardware here from
well, this is all Simpson with the hand dipped galvanized.
Okay.
That holds up strong.
Got it.
So we do all our Ticos with the hand dipped galvanized.
Hand dipped Galvi from Simpson.
But all of the Versatech, all of the Ipe decking, all of that, all of our wraps, the sills, everything will get the 3/16 stainless steel screw.
Which is your best stainless, right?
That is your best
top
one,
of the line
yeah.
stainless. Because if that bled out, you'd really notice. Whereas this had a little bit of rust bleed, you'd never know.
Correct. And the galvanized will be so strong for so long on a hand dipped, okay? Not the electro-coated.
Yeah, or hot dipped, hand dipped.
Hot dip, hot dip, same thing, you know.
John, you and your brother, man, you guys run an incredible business. I made some other videos with John and his brother Fred. If you haven't seen those, go check those out. I'll have a link in the description. Go follow these guys on Instagram. John is a 3rd generation builder at Seifert Builders. They actually have the 4th generation joining the family business as well. Cal was on site with us earlier today. Amazing builder here in Long Island. I've learned so much walking these jobs with you today, John. Really appreciate it, brother.
Thank you very much. It was great having you.
If you're not currently a subscriber, hit that subscribe button below. We've got new content every Tuesday and every Friday. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on Build Show.